What it is, what it do, cyber world, it is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. We appreciate you guys for all your love, all your support. Yes, nearly 500,000 streams worldwide and growing daily. Would not be possible without you guys. Today I have a treat. Singer, songwriter, actress, and feature player. I'm talking about Nala from The Lion King, the musical, the beautiful Nia Holloway.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. Thank you for having me on.
Good. No problem. You taking a break today, right? Today's a rest day?
It is not a rest day. Today is a show day.
So we got to get this in. We got to get this done. Let our audience know, where are you from? Where do you represent?
I am originally from Harvey, Illinois, but I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia, right where the show is right now, actually.
When did you realize that you wanted to be an actress?
I would have to say, my parents always said I had a natural niche for it. I was very dramatic as a child, and now as well. But I would have to say at a very, very young age, I was always involved in school plays and musicals and local stuff as a child. So probably I would have to say since I was about 10 years old.
From age 10, what steps did you take to cultivate this talent?
Oh, yeah. I was in absolutely everything you could think of. All type of dance, ballet, jazz, tap, hip-hop, African. I was in vocal lessons all the time. I really had live-in vocal lessons because my father was my vocal coach, is my vocal coach. Then, local acting schools I was a part of. So I was in every aspect honing my talent since I was about probably 7 years old.
When did you hear about the audition for The Lion King?
You know what? We actually heard about it from a family friend back in 2013. She sent us like a Facebook, like a private message and was like, hey, Lion King's having an open call. You should go. And at the time, they were actually calling for 18 to like 30-something years old. And I was 17 at the time. I was a junior in high school. And me and my family decided, you know what? We're just going to go anyway. And I had an audition in Atlanta, and then I had a month went by and I actually didn't hear anything, and me and my family decided to just email the casting director and just thank them for the opportunity that I had to audition for them because I learned so much in the audition. And then they actually contacted us back about a couple days later and said, come to New York. There are no guarantees, but come to New York and we'll see how things go. So like I said, I was 17 at the time, so they weren't really calling for my age, but I was like, you know what, they invited me, so I'm going. And then it worked out. It was some of the hardest work I ever done. And then about 2 weeks after that, I was on my spring break, my junior year of high school, laying in my bed, and my mom woke me up and she said, good morning. And me and my family just freaked out, and then like the next month my life had like a 360 change. I was on tour rehearsing and getting ready to perform. Yeah, my life changed a lot.
I would imagine. So what were some of the first steps that you had to take to prepare for this role?
Well, I was always involved in sports, so I was always like physically in shape, but when I actually got to rehearsal, dance shape is way different from sports shape. So they were whipping me into dance shape. Basically I had like ballet every day, and it was very, very hard. It was difficult because I hadn't been in dance class as much. I was really just involved in sports, so it was getting my body back into that type of show shape. And The Lion King is a very, very physically demanding show, so it was a lot physically in the rehearsal process and just like mentally preparing myself to be on a national tour and the biggest show in the world. And then they let me know that I was actually the youngest woman. I am the youngest woman to ever play the role of Nala. They had never had anybody this young, so it was just a lot mentally to prepare myself to do something that had never been done at my age.
And what was the most surprising part of being in this production for you?
The most surprising part for me, I would just have to say, I was kind of expecting it to be being on tour, just be like kind of like a go to work and go home situation, but it's very, very like family oriented on tour. We travel the country all year long. The tour never stops, so I've been on tour for a consistent 4.5 years now. And people travel with their families, and we live our lives on a road. We're really all we have out there, so it's really, really like a big family. It's like Lion King is definitely my second family.
What would you say has been the most rewarding part of this experience for you?
With all of the aspects that come into traveling, with being away from your family, you travel all year long, you don't have any consistency. I would say the most rewarding part is actually being on stage, having the opportunity to be able to perform for thousands of people every night. It's just a blessing, and it's humbling, because to be able to do that on such a large scale, and in a show that has literally been around as long as I have. Like, this show is the same age as me, in a sense.
Wow.
And just to be a part of a show that touches the world in that way, and be able to say I have my name on this in a way, that's just a blessing. That's something that's unique, and I could never forget.
I actually spoke with one of your castmates, Courtney Thomas, who I want to say, yes, on the stilts. We talked to him a couple of months back, and he said one thing that I guess I didn't really consider and think about, but he said every show is different. Every show, no one show is the same. So
it's not. That's the beautiful thing about live theater. You know, you come in there and it's live people on stage. We're there right with you. It's not like you get to watch a movie screen, watch a TV and you can rewind and you get the same thing. You know, we're going through our own lives, and we get on stage and we give what we're giving ourselves right there in front of you. So it's a beautiful experience. That's the great part about going to the theater. You get to interact with real people.
As far as the show goes, what do people need to know about this show coming to their city?
I think they need to know that, you know, we're touching a lot of cities where the show has never been there, or maybe people who have seen the show before. Mm-hmm. You're going to come to the show and you truly are going to get an experience that will leave you speechless. Mm-hmm. This show is such a universal show. The music, the costumes, the choreography, the people is so universal, and it touches so many people, and you can come to the theater and experience something that can relate to your life. I know that we always say from 9 to 90 people can enjoy the show. A lot of times people mistake it for being a kid's show, and that's just the farthest thing from the truth. This is a story that everyone can relate to. You know, it's a story about coming into your purpose and becoming who you need to be, and who you need to be for yourself and for your family. And I think we all go through that in life, whether we want to deal with it or not. So that's what people can come to the show and expect, and just have a good time and cry and laugh and feel joy. And it's definitely an emotional roller coaster, but it's just an experience like no other.
Yeah, I can definitely channel that, because I was there with a group of friends. We came on opening night in Atlanta, the Fox Theater, the fabulous Fox.
Oh, and that was a fun night.
It was incredible. I've never seen anything like that on stage, ever.
Oh, thank you.
And I've seen dozens of Broadway shows, but just the overall feel from start to finish, everything, just the puppeteering, it was amazing. It was just mind blowing. And
thank you.
Yes, no, I don't want to give away too much, because y'all need to go and get your tickets and come see the Lion King in your city and stop playing these children games. But I was so just overwhelmed with emotion just watching it, because I was a kid when Lion King came out, and I remember, you probably weren't even around, but I remember when Lion King actually, the cartoon came out, and to see it played off on stage like that was just incredible. So bravo.
That's the fun part.
Bravo.
To see your childhood legit come to life.
Yes, that was absolutely incredible. All right, so Nia, we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to talk about everything else that you're involved in, because this is just one little facet of a slice of who Nia Holloway is. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk some more stuff with you. You guys, hang tight for me. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use, with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for the downloads. We're talking with Nia Holloway. You guys have seen her on stage. Of course, she is Nala in The Lion King, but she does so much more. Nia, what else do you have your hands in this time of year?
Yes, well, I always have my hands in recording my own music. I'm also a recording artist. I write and produce my own music. Right now, I just recently, a couple of days ago, I released a new visual for a song that I have called Ride that will be available on iTunes in a couple of days, but it's also available on Spinrilla and SoundCloud as well. But I just put a visual out for that song, and then I have another single that I just released a couple months ago called Young God, that I wrote. And Young God is just it's honestly a song of affirmations for the youth right now. It's just, the song's just about calling out the power that you have inside of you. So I just put that out a couple months ago. That's available on iTunes and all major streaming networks. And I have a video for that. That's available on YouTube. Both of these are on YouTube, the video for Ride and Young God. So I would love for you to go check that out. And then check out my mixtape as well. That was the last project I put out. That one is called A Rookie and a Vet. And I named that one A Rookie and a Vet just because I was playing on just who I am. I've been at this for a long time, but I'm just a veteran in the sense of just honing my craft. I've been doing that since I was a young kid, but a rookie in the sense that, we all are still rookies. When you talk about learning and growing and expanding who you are and just, staying on top of honing your craft. So I call it A Rookie and a Vet. That's available on Spinrilla and SoundCloud as well. So, and then I have some new music coming out as well. I'm always recording new music, always writing new music. So people, just stay tuned for that. But it's definitely some content out there for them to enjoy.
Yes, and Nia, how do you figure out time for all this stuff? See, you on stage, you doing Broadway shows and stuff, you recording and producing your own stuff. How do you conjugate time to, okay, I gotta study these lines.
Right.
But by now you know the lines. That ain't nothing. But how do you find time to record and to make new music?
Honestly, I try to use all 24 hours as much as possible. That's what I try to do. I get my sleep in, but I wake up with the birds and I get stuff done. I work at the show is always in the evening, so I just take my whole day to work on. I stay in the gym, I stay in yoga, I stay writing, and when I have some free time, I go into the studio and I record everything that I write. But just even when I don't have a chance to get to the studio, I'm always writing music. I always have something in my phone that I can go and record. So I just try to use all of my hours in the day. I know, when you talk about when you want to be great, when you do anything, you should want to be great at it. So to be great at something, you got all your time to get it done.
Last but certainly not least, what advice can you offer to any young person out there that has a dream to do something, but maybe they're discouraged? Maybe school was not their thing, or maybe their parents want them to do something else. What advice would you have for them today?
I would say the best advice I can give them is to, one, every single day, no matter how big or small, do something to that adds to your craft, something that's going to elevate your craft every day. And then another thing I would say is that, I know it sounds cliche, but I just heard, Sterling K. Brown say it, and, he's 40 years old, and he's just now winning all of these amazing awards. It's to truly believe in yourself. You have to be relentless at it. My parents used to always tell me, you should believe in yourself to the point that people think you're a little crazy. You got to believe in yourself. There's so many people, so saturated just with people in the world who want to do something. But when you're one of those people who are, you're just hell-bent on your dream and your goal, you're always gonna come to moments in your life where you're discouraged. No matter how much success I've had moments where I'm just like, it's not gonna happen, or the goals I want to reach is just not close enough. But you gotta just wake up every day and make it your point to be positive. Make it your point to truly believe in yourself, and then be relentless about it. Be relentless about your work ethic, your character, and you focus on those things. Don't worry about being famous. You don't worry about the money. You worry about the love. You worry about the passion, and everything else will follow.
I love it. Perfection. Nia Holloway.
Thank you so much for having me today.
No, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you got a tight schedule for real. So I appreciate you making time in your schedule for us. Much more success to you, my sister. You got our support. Whenever you got anything else to announce and come on with, you are welcome back on the show. Just let me know when you want to come through, and we'll work on that. And I appreciate everyone that's downloaded the show. Thank you so very much for your support in this movement. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do.
Okay.
Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Deuces.